family, what's up, y'all? Face back with ya. I got the gang of knuckleheads and one of my favorite knuckleheads beside me, the man himself. Listen, Lord Besteban, in case y'all don't know, he flexing the muscle. The man is, they gotta edit it out, you know. Esteban, man, when he started, you know, he came to Street Beefs, and you know, we kind of tried to give him a platform, but now he's built up such a great following and such a just a great image and personality online that we had to have him on the show. Never mind the fact that he's also a Street Beefs fighter. He's also just a regular fighter. He's fought several times. He's doing his thing out here. So first, welcome, brother. We're glad to have you. Let me ask you, Lord Besteban, right now, the channel. So you got your YouTube channel, your Instagram page, which is doing better?
Right now, wow, I've started to go viral on Instagram, so I'll say that one's getting the most traffic and push right now.
What went viral?
So I went to New York, and I just asked a bunch of strangers to throw punches at me. And, you know, obviously there's always going to be some people in the comments that are like, oh man, I would have caught you with this. But the big thing that I was just trying to show, and all of you guys notice, is like, if you train, at least one thing, right? There's always a debate on styles, what style is better for this or that. But, you know, I trained boxing. I went in there and I was able to dodge punches against strangers, you know. So that was the big thing that I was trying to show.
Did anybody catch you?
Nah, one guy, I think he had some time to watch what I was doing, and he got me kind of with the uppercut.
But for the most part,
yeah, he landed one shot in 30 seconds. So, you know.
How many people accepted this challenge?
I want to say it was probably like 8 or 10 people.
Damn.
Yeah.
So now they can find that on your YouTube and Instagram.
Yeah, YouTube and Instagram. The Instagram just has the clips, but on YouTube has the full video.
And it's Lord Besteban.
Yep,
on
Lord
both.
Besteban.
So, you know, I know the story of how I met you, but aside from that, how did you get into just liking martial arts?
I've always been into, you know, my dad got me into karate when I was little, but, you know, as kids, like, your attention span is shit. So when they had me just going, Kia, I just couldn't do that shit, bro. And I was never fighting nobody. Like, I grew up watching, like, Bruce Lee, Jet Li.
You wanted to fight.
Yeah, bro. It was all fucking fighting. And I never did that. But that was, like, my first introduction. And, you know, I did wrestling in middle school. Wasn't good enough for the basketball team. So
how'd you do in wrestling?
I was all right. In middle school, I only lost one time, and it was unfortunately the championship. And I smoked the guy in the regular season or whatever. And in high school, I didn't really take any sports too serious, but I was okay in high school. And then, you know, as y'all know, I got a little bit lost in life, started getting into trouble, and my friend, he was like, yo, once I got sober, my friend was like, yo, come to this MMA gym, you know, because we always watched UFC together, and everybody at that gym thought that he was going to be the one to stay and be there consistently, because he was fucking jacked, ripped, like, he looked very fit, and, you know, I was overweight.
You ended up staying.
Yeah, and I was the one staying, but I needed, and that's how I found fighting.
So you found fighting in exercise is kind of an out from life. You went through addiction.
Yeah.
You know, his story is known. If you don't know, he overdosed and very nearly died. You hear people say they almost died, but this young man has pictures of himself on a breathing apparatus. He almost died. So then you get into the MMA and the martial arts, and you start training. You think, would you credit it with helping save your life?
Oh yeah, of course. I think one thing that for me and everybody looks for, right? We try to find a way to escape the real world, you know, and for me that was, you know, getting fucked up, and I was just trying to escape, and you know, with fighting, as you guys know, when you're sparring and me and Nate are going at it in the ring, he can't be thinking about his baby, his bills, or none of that. He has to worry about me, and vice versa. I got to worry about Nate throwing punches, and that was the one thing I found and that I needed that helped me give me that escape.
Great escape. You know, I'll tell you, honestly, seeing your growth and seeing how far. For those that don't know, he's our vice president of Street Beefs, the other org I created.
Don't gas the bomb, man.
Yeah, we got to keep it on the L. You know, young man came in. He's done a lot of great work, and made a lot of progress. And a lot of that can be attributed to self-discipline. A lot of it can be attributed to what martial arts and boxing in specific can do for people. Now, I want to ask you this: why boxing? Why did? Because it seems like you've gravitated toward boxing. Yeah. Why?
Well, so I think it's two reasons. So I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna be very honest. So I was kind of like the MMA snob, that didn't really think MMA is gonna win 10 out of 10 times, and then I separated my shoulder getting ready for a fight, and I could only box. All I had was my left arm, so I only boxed, and I started slowly falling for boxing, and then being around you guys and stuff influenced me a lot, and got me on the boxing shit. And then after a while I realized, I'm definitely a better boxer than I am on all the other stuff that I learned, but I have pretty good takedown defense and shit.
Yeah, y'all don't get it twisted. I've grappled with the guy, he's a beast. I've tried to kickbox with the guy, he's a beast. The mistake, I wanted to cut in earlier when he was talking about he wrestled in high school. The mistake a lot of people make when talking about boxers is they don't understand a lot of boxers were athletes throughout school. Yeah. So a lot of them have at least dabbled in high school wrestling. Some of them have even dabbled in college wrestling.
Crawford, right? Bud Crawford, and he's a really good wrestler.
Yeah, can wrestle. And look, am I saying they can go grapple with a high-level UFC guy? That's not what I'm saying. But don't mistake. I'll hear some of these guys that go to MMA gyms if I fight a high-level boxer, I'll just leg kick him. Okay, good luck with that. There's guys that know a little bit more in boxing than what you realize. Who's your favorite boxer right now?
Right now,
or all time.
All time. Either Justice or Nate. Yeah. But all time, really, I don't watch too much combat sports like that. I feel kind of like with YouTube in some ways, when I watch a boxer too much, I don't want it to influence me as much. Right. I like watching highlights or if there's big fights. But all-time favorite, it has to be Silva. Just as a pure fighter, I wanted to be like him.
And he baited people. You would see Silva, he'd put his hands down. So he'd take a couple shots and come on. Then he's countering you. Next thing you know, you're asleep. Who remembers when he fought? He ran out of the ring. He wouldn't even stay.
That's
in there.
The one where he was just walking back and just.
Silva was a 185er. Forrest Griffin always fought at 205 or heavier. So, it is what it is. That's a great pick. For those that don't know, Silva had fought as a pro boxer as well. Now, of course, his martial arts career was way more spectacular, but he's just a great fighter.
Well, he beat Chavez Jr., didn't he?
He did. Yeah. He did. Yeah. So, guys, great to have Lord Besteban. If you're not following his channel, go check it out. One of our most entertaining members overall, most skilled fighters. Give him a follow. Follow him on Instagram. So, guys, I told you every week we would talk about the war in Palestine, between Palestine and Israel. I've changed a little bit on that. I just feel like I'm not educated enough on the subject to really give valuable insight every week. B, maybe some of y'all don't tune in for that series of topics. So I just want to say, and this is what I'll say every week, prayers to everybody involved, prayers for everybody who's lost a loved one, prayers that this ends soon. That's all that matters. The loss of life is the worst thing, and it's got to end. I want to start out our day with our most favorite guest. Look, do not blame us because this mofo is on our feed every week.
Blueface
too.
Blueface. It's not Sexy Red today.
But he said, you see where he said Soulja Boy was ducking him?
Yeah. Well, that's actually what we're going to talk about. Blueface actually supposedly he did pull up to an address that he claimed Soulja Boy was at. He claimed he was at, which I don't know. I think Blueface, whether y'all want to admit it or not, got a little G in him.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, he
He'll pull up, you know.
Soulja though.
I'm riding with Soulja.
You ride with Soulja? For what? What makes you ride with him?
Because he's the first to do it.
He's the crank that. That's the only reason, bro. I remember dancing to that in middle school all the fucking time. So I'm behind Soulja Boy. All
Has anybody seen the shootout reanimation of what Soulja Boy?
Yeah.
Pop, 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 you know.
You know he invented rap.
Yeah, well, he invented a lot. Listen, I will say this before I get to their beef. Soulja Boy, to me, was the big change in rap. Like right around that time, 2008, when he came out with that Superman song, rap was still kind of in my era a little bit. Then he came out, I was like, what the fuck is this? He had Soulja Boy painting across his glasses. And then when he says he innovated, he did, y'all.
Yeah.
He did.
Yeah, but I want to know what happened to the game. The game system, the Soulja Boy game system.
Oh, yeah, damn, he did have a game system.
What
You remember that?
Yeah, I think what had happened, he had sold like a bunch of units, and technically, like, he didn't own the rights to the games or some shit like
What?
that. Yeah, and he had to sell his company. I think he still made a lot of bread off of it, but
Damn.
Street Beefs Nintendo system.
Come on, Soulja. Come on, Soulja. Hey, but look, let me say this, though. One thing that boggled and blew my mind, okay? Every time, without fail, when I look up rappers that 10 years ago, 15 years ago, I always be looking at their network. Not because I'm a money chaser, because I'm curious. I want to see how these guys are doing, okay? And Soulja Boy is still worth over $30 million.
Damn.
Okay? He's still worth over $30 million. Now, you want to know how significant that is? Go look at the other guys from that era. Even T.I., who, you know, was a lot bigger than Soulja Boy around that time frame. I don't think he has quite Soulja Boy's net worth.
T.I.'s out here cussing out security guards and choking his son.
This is a question though, right? So do you consider Soulja Boy having longevity, right? As far as like, as a businessman, obviously he has, but music wise?
I don't, because
Have you listened to any of his recent music?
I have not.
It's
Yeah.
pretty shit.
Well, and that's the thing. Usually with these young people, right?
Yeah.
Even if I don't know who they are, if they've got a hit, it's always popping up in my face somewhere.
Yeah.
Like, I'm trying, well, Ice Spice. Okay, I didn't know who Ice Spice was.
Yeah,
But I kept seeing that.
Like jelly.
I kept seeing the munch pull up in my face. I'm a munch. I'm a
that
munch.
was everywhere.
Point is, I don't think Soulja relevant music wise, but like another guy, Chameleonaire. Do any of y'all know?
Yeah.
Chameleonaire was right around, well, a little earlier than that, like 05. Chameleonaire had a pretty big network, still 25 million. And Chameleonaire only had like 2 hit songs, but he invested. He invested.
Yeah, he because he made a hella bread off of the ringtones. I think Soulja did too. And then I think with Chameleonaire, he invested in like tech shit, and he got
did
into that. Yeah.
So you know, it was hella smart. And if you think about it, that's what a lot of these rappers should be doing. But what happens is, just like athletes, they get those big paychecks and they think they're going to come forever. And then one day those big paychecks turn a little smaller and a little smaller, and suddenly you blew through millions and you didn't realize it.
Have you guys heard with Fetty Wap when he talks about his shit?
Yeah.
We just talked about Fetty Wap at the last episode, and you know, he's in jail now, and it's because he was living outside his means.
Yeah.
He blew through his money, and he's like, I gotta sell dope to pay my bills and pay my employees.
Yeah, because I feel like once you get that big and you've portrayed that image, you know, wearing chains, and you have to, right? Like,
Yeah.
And well, I guess you don't have to, right? But for him, I guess he must feel the need to still do that.
Do you guys remember there was and I'm going to get to Blueface and Soulja Boy. Do you guys remember there was a basketball player? Cannot remember his name, but he was homeless. This is an NBA player.
Delonte West.
Delonte West. Yep.
Jimmy Butler.
He was also homeless.
Was he? Jimmy?
Oh, like before he got in the league.
No, we talking about living under a bridge, homeless, son. This guy.
He was out in the streets.
Are you talking about the one that that smashed LeBron James' mom?
Jimmy Butler was living on the streets too.
Well, I don't know if he was doing that, but
Well, listen. Let me just say this. I know Delonte West, let me show you real quick. He was literally, so it was so bad, just so you
He played
know,
with LeBron.
played for the Cavaliers.
Yeah, I think he started to fall off when like
He
word
started
came out.
beefing with LeBron.
Yeah, well,
Didn't
because he smashed his
He
mom.
fucked his
Yeah.
mom.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, look, if you smash LeBron's mom, just go ahead and just cancel yourself.
Well, yeah.
You ain't gonna
Yeah.
get in the league.
I mean,
LeBron.
It's kind of a
you
flex.
gotta keep that on the low, bro.
Greatest basketball
that
player
is
of
a
all
flex.
time.
You find
But
where
you
you
homeless.
flex it even harder.
If you think about it, though, Delonte, you could start seeing the signs when he was younger that he had mental illness.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
This guy has legit mental illness, guys. Well, the reason I bring him up, he had people, these one guys, they're like YouTubers, pull up on him, and they called themselves doing a good deed. Come on, Delonte, we're going to take you and buy you a hamburger. So they take him and buy him like a fucking $5 McDonald's meal. Meanwhile, they got a camera in his face the whole time. And I'm thinking, can you imagine how it feels to be him? To have been at the pinnacle. You up there rich, famous, women want you, guys want to be you, and now people are having to buy you meals from McDonald's. So I'm sure guys like him, it's probably ran through their mind to sell drugs or commit crime. There was another guy, and I will definitely forget this guy's name. He was a running back for Ohio State. He was a big time running back. Got drafted pretty high. I think he went to the Broncos. Well, this dude ends up coming back after his career was over after 2 years and doing an armed robbery and getting arrested. And it's because these guys don't want to go back to just being regular, but come on, you know. But listen, so back to Blueface and Soulja. The reason they start beefing, from what I'm reading, Soulja Boy says, Blueface, you need to take care of your fucking baby. What are you doing? You know, which I don't know that that's any of Soulja's business. But then again, when your business is on the internet, it's everybody's business. But you guys, just in a fist fight, not a gunfight, who wins?
Blueface got it.
Blueface.
I agree.
I've seen Blueface box.
Soulja Boy ain't scored Floyd.
I'm going.
That's a
Soulja.
fact.
He ain't scored Floyd.
Has he
Floyd
scored
Mayweather.
anybody?
Who, Soulja?
Yeah,
I don't think I've ever seen him even hit mitts.
Does he?
But it's Big Soulja.
Big Soulja.
That's the
He's the
thing.
first
It's
rapper
Big
to box.
Soulja. Blueface definitely would beat Soulja, but I'd be rooting for Soulja the whole time.
Yeah, I mean, Blueface, for real, and some of the shit he does is a little bit corny, you know?
Yeah.
But then again, I'll say this. I seen him, like, online. He was arguing, you know, the Island Boys.
Yeah.
So he was online arguing with one of them, like they're on a video
Yeah.
call. And if you listen to him, Blueface was actually really mature.
Yeah.
Like the Island Boys, like, you a bitch, blah, blah, dude. Blueface was like, look, I would beat your ass. He's like, but just talk to me. Tell me why I'm a bitch. Tell me this.
Yeah.
So he's really respectful and intelligent when he wants to be. But
Did you see what he did on the stage recently?
yes, I had that too. What was it that he did again?
A girl, I guess, threw ice on the stage.
And he brought her up and got her beat up.
Yeah, and had his girl Jaden beat her up.
Listen, everybody, if you haven't seen it, this man, I don't see how he don't get a criminal charge. Did y'all see what happened?
No.
He literally, so a fan throws a cup of ice. It's a female. So Blueface is like, yeah, come up here. Brings her up by the arm, walks her over, and Jaden tees off on her, okay? First of all, I'm telling you, that's conspiracy to commit assault in any city. I'm not saying I want the brother charged. I'm just saying, you gotta move smarter. Are you serious?
I'll be getting a bag off of that.
Well, she's going to.
Yeah.
She's going to. Like, I mean, he literally played himself, and that goes back to what we were talking about with the other boy. I can't remember his name. That got arrested because he didn't want to evacuate after a fire alarm.
Rich the Kid.
Rich the
I
Kid.
read some details on that, right? His hotel was right there.
Okay.
So they
But-
basically.
I mean, but still, there's a bomb right there.
Yeah, you're right. But that's why he wanted to, because
I
he wanted
get
to
it.
go to his hotel room, and they were like, "Nah, homies."
Well, I mean, look, but common sense comes into play at some point. Look, there's a bomb that could blow your hotel up, you know. Blueface, always a subject of angst for us. I'm going to tell you, with Blueface and his wife, there's been some dispute Christian Rock earlier said that a paternity test was given on their kid and said that Blueface was the kid. Well, I seen this interview with Soulja Boy where him and Blueface were going back and forth, and Blueface is like, not my kid, not my kid. Soulja Boy was like, yo, just show the DNA results then, right? Blueface was like, I can't do that because then I'll show all the details. And Soulja Boy is like, just block out the details and just show where you're not the father. I think Blueface is the father, and he's BSing, and if he is, I want to ask y'all's opinion real quick on that. A man that denies a kid that he knows is his. What's up?
Childish.
What do y'all think?
Goofy.
You a father?
Yeah, that's goofy, man. Come on.
It is.
You know, I could never see myself doing that. It's just crazy. You know what I mean? Like why it's not my kid and your kids aren't my kids? I see them and I'm just like, they're so pure, bro.
Yeah.
Yep.
How could you ever just not want to be involved? You know, and it's your own kid.
Yeah.
You know, this shit's
Think about
crazy.
people that have relationships with kids that aren't theirs, and then even then they can't let go.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, listen, there's step parents that truly love their stepchildren or adopted.
My dad, you know, he's a stepfather for my brothers and sisters. You know, my stepmother, which I consider my mother, like, never felt like she wasn't my mom. You know what I mean?
And that's what I'm saying, man. You know, for me, you see a child, you spend time with a child and bring them up. Like, look, I don't want to make them uncomfortable, but my boys and my daughter, seeing them all grow up, get stronger, get more skilled, that's as prideful as a parent can get, you know. And for you to miss out on that intentionally, clown shit.
I want to get too off topic, but it's something that my dad told me, right? And because we were talking about what's the purpose of life, right?
Right.
He said, I don't understand people that don't have kids, right? He respects it, but he was like, for me, that once I had a kid, now I had purpose in my life,
Right.
You know. And how do you feel about that?
Well,
parents in here.
I feel like, and
Come on, bro. Me too.
I'm a dog dad. You know?
I'm very careful. I'm sure someday, though, you'll probably have a kid, you know. But
Later, way later.
my thing is,
I feel like your life's not.
No, I don't feel like that's a purpose.
that's because you're young, though. I will guarantee you.
Right now.
Yeah, for real. If I was like 25, 30, I feel like I didn't have a purpose.
Well, look, let me say this, and I don't want to say no names on, but my wife has a family member that's older that hasn't had a kid yet, and my wife is always like, I'm worried about my family member. You know, maybe they feel unfulfilled, so on and so forth. But think about it. And I don't want to say we're like animals, but we are. We're mammals. Every animal on Earth, their life cycle is reproduce. Some of them reproduce and die immediately. Yeah. Some reproduce, swim upstream and die. You know, but the bottom line is they all reproduce. That's what they do. So I think it's a little off when a human says, well, I don't want to reproduce. What are you doing? You know, I'm not saying you can't contribute to the world. You can. But, hey, it's really rewarding. Even when you got knuckleheads like these.
Well, there's some people that don't need dogs, let alone kids.
That's true, too. That is true.
You gotta do a better job.
That shit pisses me off so much, man. I've been getting into like a bunch of like criminal, like watching like criminal shit
videos and stuff.
Yeah, on YouTube, and like ones that I cannot watch, bro. Like I have to turn it off. Like they'll have whole videos on like child neglect where they just put them in shitty situations, and it's like they could be better off homeless. You know what I mean? Or,
they would.
Yeah, or fucking when you know they some serial killer or whatever. I can't watch that.
Oh, look, I stumbled across just a couple cartel vids that involve children.
Yeah.
Couldn't even watch the first 5 seconds. Like, it's too much. Because I just don't understand how as an adult you could want to hurt children, you know? But
that's wild.
Listen, I'm going to speak about somebody who was a kid, then grew up to be a savage. Scotty Pippen once seen a future rapper named Future alongside the bench area at the NBA game. And he refused to give Future an autograph. Right?
Oh, that's cold.
That's crazy.
So Future, 20 years later, grew up and slept with Scottie Pippen's wife.
Hey, that's
Had
Future.
to, bro.
It's gonna happen.
You know he's gonna move like that.
What's she look like?
It's Future, bro.
Well, she's
I
pretty.
guess it matters, right?
She's a pretty older woman, you know. Bottom line is it don't matter, shots fired. Like
Future is like that though when it
He
comes
is.
to the ladies.
Why you
Future
make the
said
song
in the
throw
song,
away?
he'll fucking average, bitch. He don't care.
Look, Scotty's a legend and with his career, but he has been a walking L, bro.
L.
How do you know that?
L.
Well, bro, the worst part is fuck. I don't know if you're gonna get into this, but Michael Jordan's son is gonna marry her.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Bro, and then Scotty and Jordan, they beef a little bit, don't they?
They do. And look, I will say this with Scotty. Scotty, I think, is a hater. And here's why I'm going to say it, okay? Here's why I'm going to say it. Scotty, up until 2020, was like this with Jordan. When Jordan did his Hall of Fame speech, Scotty shouted him out. When they did all this, they were tight. Then Jordan came out, or there was this biography done that was supposed to be about the Bulls, but it was more about Michael Jordan.
He's the GOAT.
Right, he's the GOAT.
Is he
Scotty,
the
he is the
In
GOAT.
my opinion, not right now. Not right now. LeBron
I don't know about
LeBron
the greatest of
exists.
all time.
We're going to talk about this in just a second. We're going to get into this. Hey, we're going to circle back to this debate on the sports section. Is Jordan the GOAT? Listen,
Nation, baby.
I want to say this to y'all, though, okay? Jordan or Scotty Pippen got butthurt because this biography comes out and gives Jordan his flowers or whatever. He comes out like, well, he couldn't have did it without me, blah, 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 so on and so forth. What I said in response to that is this. A, Scotty, how many rings do you have without Jordan? Okay, that's one. B, nobody denies that Scottie Pippen's a great player. He's a Hall of Famer, one of the greatest of all time. But to put yourself above Jordan, and that's what he did. He said he was better than Jordan.
That's absurd.
That's crazy.
That's absurd in my opinion.
Come on.
Yeah, there's probably only one person right now that can. There are two people that
can try to argue that.
Kobe and LeBron.
Kobe.
Wilt Chamberlain, which you guys are kind of young. If you look at Kareem and Wilt's and Bill Russell,
They played with plumbers and Walmart workers.
They didn't have DoorDash.
Yeah, they played against janitors though.
well, wait a minute.
Nah,
wait
I'm
a
keeping
minute.
it real.
So let me ask y'all a question. So because of
We
motherfucker
jumping
plays,
into the sports
Hold on,
section.
put LeBron back in the 70s, he's dropping 50 a game.
okay, do you have a time machine?
No.
You cannot compare era for era. You compare accomplishments within eras. And here's what we got.
Bill Russell's the GOAT.
Bill Russell's the GOAT.
I mean,
okay,
Bill- a lot of
he won
rings.
he won like 11 champions.
Y'all
Don't
just said
quote me.
Michael Jordan was the GOAT.
Hey, listen, don't
Hey, play
contradict
that back,
me.
Jamie.
Well, I want to talk about something in regards to this Scotty situation, and I'm trying to remember their names real
How you
quick.
gonna bounce back from that? What do you do to bounce back from that?
You can't, bro. But I think that's what we need to start doing.
Bobby Womack.
Every hater that comes in the comments,
need to
who's
find-
so you're single? You single, Elijah? No, you got a girl.
Yeah,
so
no, I got
we
it.
just have to send justice to smash all of our haters'
Spin the
wives
block.
and daughters. That's your new mission. That's your purpose.
Target practice.
Am I getting the raise for this?
You get the raise. But look, the smashing, that's your bonus pay. Okay. Hey.
I make commission.
Listen.
Hey, even lovely one.
Speaking of smashing, I want to tell y'all something in regards to the Jordan, or excuse me, the Pippen, all that. There was an old story. Now I'm gonna really boggle y'all's mind with this. There's an old singer back in the 60s named Sam Cooke. Now peep this. He had a best friend named Bobby Womack, who was also a singer. Y'all look all this up. So Sam Cooke, him and Bobby Womack best friends. Sam gets killed. That's a long story. Look that up. Immediately, Bobby Womack starts sleeping with his wife. That's one. Comes to his funeral in Sam's clothes.
That's wild.
Okay. Starts to raise Sam's daughter as his stepdaughter. Then sleeps with her when she turns 18.
Nah, I'm
That's
coming
weird.
back from the dead.
Yeah, like,
weird.
bro, that's savagery on another level. Like, you can't tell me anybody
How are you
that
that big of a hater?
yeah, that's,
He
Come
really
on.
wanted to be him, didn't he?
it's like, bruh, but see, that tells you, think about it. He probably thought this was his man 20 grand. This is why I always tell Esteban, be real careful. Make a motherfucker prove it to you. And that's why the motherfuckers in my circle, I call my brothers. Because I know, like, honestly, if I call somebody my brother, I feel comfortable leaving them in my house, whatever. But he didn't vet his circle well enough. Because, homie, he wore your clothes. No, I left the part out. He drove Sam's Cadillac to his funeral wearing his clothes after sleeping with his wife. Come on, bro. That's savagery.
You want to see me outside? I don't care about the view.
There's
Want to
this,
see me?
That's why I'm going to leave someone behind in my honor.
Yeah.
Justice, I'm appointing you, man.
What did I do?
You gotta go John Wick on people if they try.
Yeah, bro.
Tell us your story.
Well, I was gonna say there's this. So Joey Diaz talks about how he learned.
Love Joe.
Yeah, I love him too, man. But he talks about this story, how he learned what a true friend was. Right? He said that his mom passed away, and he said that her best friend was just sitting at the entrance of the funeral, right? And she was coked up, right? But she was just standing there mean mugging the whole time. And anybody that walked through the doors that she knew was like an op of his mom, or anybody that never showed true love, she would tell him to like fuck off, like you're not allowed here. And it's like that's who Sam Cooke needed standing at the door ready to fuck him up, bro.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, yo, I just sometimes people's intentions you just never know, and there's some savagery, and that actually brings me to my next thing. We got, let me find this again. So there's a video that's resurfaced of Young Thug. He saw a young, disabled, 14-year-old fan in the crowd singing every word of his songs, and he brought him on stage, which is, I think that's nice. That's a nice gesture.
Yeah, that's
okay. And there's a lot of people in the comments saying, well, free him. Okay, let's look, guys, let me say this.
Yeah, do none.
Let's be clear, this man was tied to multiple murders, okay? He actually took other people's babies away, okay?
All right, well, that's not that funny.
Years ago, I was anti-police. I didn't want to see nobody get locked up. That's just how I was. As I've gotten older, and I'm a father, and I'm more mature, I don't want to see somebody out here terrorizing the community and all of that and get away with it.
I understand him being locked up, but give him a mic at least. I want some music.
Yeah.
Well, I do think. Listen, I actually think that they should allow people in prison to write songs. Why
not set up a little studio right there?
It's a good way to vent. I'm sure they would put some kind of special clause like you can't disrespect your victims or something like that. But otherwise,
It's free speech, man.
hey,
I'm already in prison. What are you gonna do?
now this is something you may not know. When you go to prison, there's a paper that they show you. Basically, you lose all your rights as an American citizen.
I'm not signing that.
The only rights you still got are like the right to not have cruel and unusual punishment, little shit like that. But otherwise, you don't have no rights, But what do y'all think, honestly? Young Thug, he's on trial. Have you guys seen some of these defense theories that they're throwing out? Like the slime, they said it was
Yeah,
blah,
they've
blah,
been
blah.
using his song lyrics during the conviction.
But I'm saying his lawyer is twisting like slime. He said it stands for something positivity. And he's done that.
Pushing positivity.
Right. Do you guys think that he has a chance in this trial? Honestly,
His lawyers are
Slim to none.
pretty good so far, I think.
His lawyer's undefeated.
There's a lot of
Pushing positivity.
you think that's a good job?
I mean, better
If you was
you see
if
what
you was
happened?
on the jury, would you be like, that makes sense?
If I didn't know him, maybe.
Oh, son.
If I didn't know the man, maybe.
Son, all right. What about you?
No, I don't. He has a lot of counts. I don't think he's getting.
Well, somebody already told on him, anyways, right?
Yeah. Somebody told on him. They're using.
You don't think he's gonna come out?
Nah, I mean, if he does come out, he's probably gonna be the biggest rapper in the world.
He would. No, he would. Listen, let me just give you young men a little bit of history here. He's got a federal RICO case. When you get hit with a RICO, 98% of the time you're convicted, okay? 98%. They don't lose. Secondly, they're not even offering this fool a realistic plea bargain. They want to go to trial. So that tells you all you need to know. They about to fry him up and serve him.
Well,
all right?
they're probably trying to make an example out of him.
They are. I mean, and look, think about it. If, somebody who's made it, right? Somebody who's been successful, who's gotten visible in the community, who's made money off the community, should not be able to then set up a crew and terrorize the community. It would be like us with the Fight Club. If we all sat there and I was like, yeah, you're going to be my enforcer, you're going to be the gun runner, you're going to do this, and we're out here smiling and pretending peace, but terrorizing the community. You know, for me, I think it's fucked up, because there's young kids out there that buy this stuff. They don't realize this particular guy is actually doing some of the stuff he's rapping about, you know?
Yeah, no, I think especially when you're younger, you don't realize how much music and media altogether actually like influence you.
No, that's right. I mean, I want to say this last thing on that subject, and we're actually going to do a music and movie section here soon. When I was younger, I didn't realize just how much rap influenced me. And I hate to say rap because there's racist factions out there that hate rap music for other reasons. But I'm telling you, every shooter in the inner city has rap music going through their head when they're going to do a hit. Y'all can call me whatever you want. It's the truth. When I was young, when I would go to do some savage shit or get in some trouble, I had Bone Thugs playing in my head. And that's how it is. And I think, you know, I don't want to get religious, but they always said that music is the tool of the devil, right? Now think about it. When you guys hear, all right, let's think of your most savage, tough song you can think of. If I turned it on right now, full blast, and you zoned out and listened to it, what kind of shit would start going through your head? You'd probably start thinking about fighting. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you just think about going out and partying.
I just need a little bit of Chief Keef and I'm ready to go. I'm ready to take on the world.
Yeah.
But like whenever I've gotten ready for a fight, I'll put on some Chief Keef and I'm ready to fight. Hypes me up, gets me going.
And I think we all got that rapper.
Yeah.
Who's your rapper to get you hyped?
My rapper, J. Breezy.
50
50
Cent, man.
I thought it was gonna be Eminem.
Yeah.
I mean, look, man.
Hey.
He's not.
He was in the mall spaghetti.
He said I'm not.
On your head, but I'm not the good.
He said I'm not gonna get into it. Hey, well look.
He just dropped the song with Juice WRLD. Shout out Juice WRLD.
Yeah, shout out.
Did he?
I'm not
Post
Okay,
death
gotcha. This is a little political. We're going to go down the rabbit hole just a little. We're not going to stay on it long. A car smashes into Joe Biden's motorcade, leaving the president looking stunned as Secret Service agents draw weapons on the driver outside their campaign HQ in Delaware. Now, first of all, how the fuck did a car even get that close to the president?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, they ran into their car, right?
Yeah, the car smashed into the president's car.
So just like bad driving, or was it on purpose?
I don't know. It doesn't specify, but I'll tell you this.
Well, if they're drawing
Fender
guns,
bender with the president.
yeah, it's never gonna
Like,
go.
I'd be sick.
Imagine
Joe
your
Biden
insurance.
always looks stunned.
Imagine your insurance.
Doesn't he?
Yeah, he
Doesn't
always looks stunned.
Look,
He's 54 years old.
well, look, is there anybody here? I'll say this, y'all, and I hate to get too political, but I'm not a big Trump guy. I'll leave it at that. So when Biden was up, yes, I was one of the ones. I'm going to admit it. It was like, man, elect fucking Biden, get Trump out of there. I'm not going to say I'd rather have Trump in office, because I wouldn't. But Biden ain't much better, okay?
Why is that who we had to choose from?
Well, that's what I'm saying. That shows we ain't got it going on as Americans.
No, I don't know.
It's trash or a trash heap. Like, you don't have a good choice. And Biden, I really think, is senile. Did anybody disagree with that?
I've seen some of those videos, like, he got tightened up.
Why do we have grandpas running the country?
Well, that's the thing I never understood. You notice all the presidents are like 60 or older. Why? Why do they got to be that
They
old?
helped him on the plane, didn't they? I think he was trying to find his way up on the plane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I get like the whole life experience and whatever, but I feel like by the time you hit like 40, you got a lot of life experience, a lot of knowledge, and on top of that, you fit. I mean, I don't know. I could be the only one that thinks this, but I feel like if you're gonna be a president of a fucking country, you gotta look like you can fight and fuck a motherfucker up, or at least lift a lot.
Hey,
you know?
that's how it used to be. So look, a lot of the old presidents were ex-generals in the military.
Washington, right?
Yeah, they actually went and fought. Dwight D. Eisenhower was decorated in the military. So a lot of these old presidents, they fought. You know, now you get a dude who can't fight his way out of the Walmart on Friday, you know? So.
You think Trump could fight?
Hell no. Hell
He'll
no.
whip Joe Biden's ass, though.
He'll beat Biden, yeah.
He'll whip Joe Biden's ass.
But look, Obama, he'll put it on Biden.
Obama was
Man,
fit.
He was a good
Yeah.
He was a hoop.
Yo, did y'all see him hooping and shit? Yeah, he really played. Fetty Wap, who we just spoke about earlier, as y'all know, he's incarcerated. He lost a lot. He's went through a lot. Fetty Wap has said that not many people are checking up on him in prison. But he said that 50 Cent regularly checks on him, helps him with investments and making money, and generally advises him while in prison and asks nothing in return.
That's a good mentor.
I mean, come on.
That's really somebody you would want. Like, 'cause it's not like he's out there doing bad stuff right now. He's got the TV shows going on.
He's doing great.
He's got a lot. He's smart.
I think 50. He's a dick to if you like oppose him and shit, but I feel like he's a real one, bro.
He is. He is.
Who was it with Pop Smoke when he passed away?
Yeah,
and I think
Pop
he was
Smoke.
signed under 50. And instead of 50 taking the money for the album when he died, he gave all the money to the family.
Really?
Yeah.
I had not heard that.
Yeah.
I didn't know Pop Smoke was signed under 50.
It's something
Yeah,
like
they were
that.
close. They
It
were
was
really
something where
close.
like
Yeah, he
50
made
was
a
gonna
song.
get money. Oh yeah, he made a song. It was that big hit.
Got It On Me.
Yeah, got it on me. And
And
then,
he gave him all the proceeds.
yeah, gave it to his
Yeah.
family when he died.
Well, you know, look, I mean, it's as older people, it's our job to try to mentor the youth. You know, when Pac was in jail, a lot of older rappers and older musicians reached out to him, and he always spoke about that. A non-rapper, y'all know who Jim Carrey is.
I was about to bring that up. Yeah, because
Yeah.
that was his favorite comedian,
Yeah,
right?
Jim Carrey looked out for Pac when he was locked up, you know. But listen, fellas, you see that anybody can go to jail. Be careful you mess with. Shout out to 50 Cent for being a real one.
Hey, you see when they're trying to do Jim Carrey now?
Yeah,
They're making him
yeah.
seem like he's just some crazy guy.
Man, Jim Carrey's good people.
Yeah.
He is. He's
I love that video with him and 50 on stage.
yes.
I don't know what that's from, but that shit is dope.
Jim Carrey is all you got to understand. He came up on In Living Color. You guys probably don't know what In Living Color is.
heard of it.
It was an old sketch show. It was basically an all-black sketch show. It had all the Wayans brothers on it, Jamie Foxx, man, a bunch of people. Well, anyways, here's Jim Carrey in the middle of it, the only white dude, and he was hilarious.
So he invited to the cookout.
Quickly. Hey, anytime, Jim, you welcome, baby. Hey, listen, we're going to go into our section, only it's been tweaked just a little. It is now music and movies we love and hate. So each day, we're going to pick one song and one movie that we either love or we hate, and we're going to tell you why real quick. Of course, I'm going to set it off today, all right? And I'm going to tell you something. This is going to go old school. There's an old school song by a dude named Snow called Informer that I absolutely despise. I'm going to tell you why I despise it. First of all, who the fuck is Snow? He's from Canada, all right? If you look at the dude,
Canadian rappers.
he's Canadian. He's a white dude with big glasses
Yeah, Drake, nice.
with a Jamaican accent. When you see him, he's got a Jamaican accent rapping about Informer. Now, here's the worst part, and I hate to admit this on camera. Before I knew his background, I loved the song. When I heard it, I was like, Informer, singing it. Then when I found out his background, I was like, man, this bullshit, and threw it out. Look, Snow, I'm glad your career, I don't wish bad on you, but man, do something else, bro. Now, for movies that I got a movie I love. I just posted about it yesterday. It's called Lionheart with Jean-Claude Van Damme. It's an old school martial arts movie. Basically, dude comes, he's a special forces soldier. His brother's murdered. He comes back. He has a street fight to make some money. So he street fights in New York and LA, and he becomes the baddest dude on the block. It's an 80s movie, but if you have not seen it, go check it out.
That's usually the premise, right? They become the baddest dude on the block.
Baddest dude. Well, look, he started taking down everybody. So Lionheart is my shiznit. Go check that out. What you got, son?
My song is Shoot It Out by J. Breezy. These one of them songs you want to beat somebody's ass to.
You love it?
Yeah.
I mean,
I play every time before I go to the gym.
What is it? J. Breezy?
Yeah, and every single bar is just a diss, basically.
he gonna
That's
play
why.
it.
That's why Lionel don't be going light. He's listening to that shit, ready to take everybody's head off.
Challenge sliding on
So wait a minute.
Yeah, come on, man.
And then you want me to do the movie?
Yep.
My movie is called Leave the World Behind. It's got Julia Roberts and Kevin Bacon, right? It's where this family, they go to an Airbnb down, I believe it's Philly. And then the United States gets attacked by like Iranians, North Koreans. They all teamed up in the eastern side of the world.
Don't tell me the ending. Don't tell me the ending. I'm going to watch this tonight.
That's fire. You know, somebody in the comments actually wanted us to review that movie.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
So that's
It came out this year.
Okay.
Yeah, that's weird. Yeah, so there you go.
I'm on that tonight. What you got?
A song I like is kind of a goofy one. It's by Mystical.
I gotta hear this. Which one?
Danger.
Oh, I love that song.
You know
Let's
what?
go.
You know why it's so funny though? Because you know them old pastors, right? That were doing the exorcisms.
Yeah.
That's what he sounds like when he was rapping on that song.
Hey, did he not sound like he put his soul into the music?
He did. He sounded like he was expelling demons with every bar.
Now let me say this real quick on that song. What I love about the song is the girl singing Nivea. If you have not seen the video,
the hook for that song is out of here.
well, she sings good, but man, if you go watch the video, she looked good.
Better than
Real-
Rihanna?
Yeah, because look, when I was no, she don't. You asked me too quick. No,
Riri, bro.
her body was not. Her body was
Hey,
better.
don't let them lie. They were roasting her forehead on the last episode. I was pissed, too.
Why, dog?
Hey, look, there's nothing wrong with a large cranium, man.
No, hey, what movie you got?
The best movie of all time,
Oh,
in my
no.
opinion, is Life.
That's a good movie.
Yeah, Martin Lawrence, Eddie Murphy. One of the best movies. I could watch that every day.
What do you like about it? Just the jokes?
I mean, I guess them two together is more what I like about it.
Their chemistry was good.
Yeah,
it
like,
was good.
And they had a couple other people on there. What was the one guy?
Oh, there was a bunch.
He said, "I'm the pappy." or
Yeah.
something.
Bernie Mac.
Yeah, they had a
Bernie
whole bunch
Mac.
of people on there.
Remember, we met one of the guys that was on there in person.
The Juana Man?
Yep, Joanna Man. We met him. He's a cool dude. Great choice. I watched that movie a million times.
Best movie of all time.
What you got, son?
Alright, favorite song? I'll probably take Mona Lisa by Lil Wayne and Kendrick Lamar. The OGs, right?
Yeah, I fuck with that one.
Mona
You know what
Lisa.
that is? Yeah.
Kendrick Lamar. Why have I never heard
Ain't
this
that a
song?
new one?
You'll like that song.
Ain't that from like
It's
2 years
recent.
ago?
Yeah, it was off the Carter 5.
It's got Lil Wayne and who?
Yeah,
Kendrick?
Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah, hey, I'm gonna play it right
That's
now. They
what I'm
snapped.
Yeah.
They did.
Yeah, they did their thing on that.
Now listen, I'm gonna give this shit a try. If it's fucked up,
It's Lil
Wayne.
Wayne.
Were you a fan of Wayne?
It's
What
Wayne
you want
and
from
Kendrick.
him?
listen, let me tell y'all a little secret about Wayne.
The Carter
okay?
was one of the hardest albums.
Hey,
Facts.
I think Wayne as a ghostwriter, and I feel I'm qualified to say that because I watched his career come from a young man, and he wanna be. He didn't have the lyrics that he suddenly has now. So either we believe his IQ bumped up about 50 notches, or somebody's writing for him.
Maybe that was just a Hot Boys thing.
I mean, he probably started drinking a little bit more lean.
And lean even him
Hey,
out.
that was, I'm telling you, when he got on the blunts and he got on with me,
Yeah.
Got him right.
For real.
You got a movie, son?
Oh yeah. Favorite movie around this time of year? I used to watch it all the time. Elementary school, The Polar Express.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
I would say I would rank that
Every
third
year.
best
Hey,
Christmas
if they
movie
ain't
of all
playing that in schools anymore, this generation's screwed.
Yeah.
Now look, I don't want to embarrass my kids, but Elijah and Todd,
Watch it
every
all the
year we watch that
time
movie
around
together right before Christmas. Very nostalgic.
Yeah.
Very nostalgic.
Yeah,
I need to watch it again.
Yeah, great movie for real. What you got, brother?
So, song from my GOAT, this is my GOAT by Juice WRLD, is Won't Let Go.
Oh,
So
that's
the reason why, then this, I already know because whenever I go on like the trips to whether New York or wherever, I always tell J Money and Daquan I miss my girl, and this became kind of a joke. They'll be like, "Oh, you boo loving motherfucker," but I love her, you know. And that song reminds me of her a lot, you know. And that's the song that like.
Is it kind of love song?
Yeah, you know, it's a good song. So that's my favorite song. Really, it's any Juice WRLD song. I love all his albums.
I challenge
Death Race to Love is my favorite album.
Yeah, that's true.
I listen to that on repeat. But and then movie, that one's really tough. I grew up watching so many movies, bro. But probably one of my all-time favorites has to be Hardball. That's
Hardball.
That's
Is it a
with
baseball
Keanu.
movie? Oh yes.
That movie is goated, bro. If you guys haven't seen that, it's one of the best movies I've ever watched.
Keanu always brings the heat when he acts, anyways.
That story with G Baby.
Yeah. I remember G Baby got kicked. Well, I'm not gonna spoil it. Go watch Hardball, man. Hey, listen.
yeah.
I did. Yes, it's my fault. It's my fault.
Hey, Jamie, edit that.
You know what it is. We talk about it every week, you know, because they're talkable. The Baltimore Ravens.
When you said birds, he thought eagles.
Yeah, he almost thought we was talking.
If y'all just gonna talk about the Ravens, I'll just go ahead and leave.
Yeah,
That's what we gonna do.
Listen, we just gotta big them up every time. You know, we usually don't stay on them because they don't even need our props at this point. Lamar looks otherworldly. Now, I will say this. The 49ers look scary, and we play them on Christmas Day this week.
We gonna beat the shit out.
Yep.
How you feel about this?
I see one Super Bowl ring and a bunch of other stuff. Where'd they get this out of? Come on,
I had to share.
yeah. Hey, everybody tries to tell us we're just the Baltimore Colts. Well, if we are, then we've got 5 Super Bowl rings. But listen, the 49ers looking good. Meanwhile, Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs are backsliding. They beat the Patriots by 10, but they barely did it.
Bro, even Travis can't catch right now.
No, everybody. And look, you guys have all played football. Do you believe that dropping passes is contagious? Like when a team starts struggling a little, like other people can suddenly start struggling too?
I'm not gonna lie,
It's like a momentum thing.
Yep, momentum.
Well, I feel like right now the only person that can really talk about it is me because I'm technically the Turkey Bowl champion in football.
Hey,
look, for those of you guys watching right now that don't know, my squad beat these guys right here in the Turkey Bowl, so I'm a champion, so I know what it is to win a ring.
They cheated.
I know how it is to
I got
win
a
a ring.
picture I'm gonna put up on the screen. I got a picture I'm gonna put up on the screen. It looked like a dead body out there.
Hey, make sure you put Jamie put in my highlights, man.
Hey.
But no,
Highlights just the whole game. They threw 3 passes. They missed all of them.
This motherfucker brought a string bean out. Who any other time in his life is fucking terrified of his own shadow. But on this day, this motherfucker gets multiple interceptions.
Hey, put the clip where I mossed J Money.
Man,
No deal type
I
shit.
tackled Besteban too.
hey,
That's crazy. Wow.
we gonna say this on camera. We getting a rematch.
Hey.
Rematch.
You already know.
Hey, I want the sun to be down because honestly, it was in our eyes. We were.
It was in our eyes, yeah. You know.
But back to like the Chiefs shit. I just can't imagine how it feels like being Patrick Mahomes. I mean, like I'm not gonna sit here and be the person that sits on the couch and is like, man, that's an easy catch. But these guys are getting paid so
Big
much money, and all they gotta do is just catch that ball.
Dude,
And if it touches your hands,
You should catch it.
it's supposed to be guaranteed. There's no excuses.
Listen, Shannon Sharp, what you just said this morning said identical thing. He said, look, I'm not saying your job's easy, but as a wide receiver, your job is to catch the football, and you're not catching the football.
Kadarius Toney is pissing motherfuckers off.
Yeah.
Well, look, I troll Arrowhead Pride every day, and they hate that dude Sky Moore, I think is his name, and Kadarius Toney. I mean, look, imagine being Mahomes, but I do want to say this, Chiefs fans. For years, y'all dogged Lamar, and you talked about how Mahomes was the second coming of Tom Brady, and I said he had a stacked offense and a stacked team. Look, he had Cheetah, Kelsey, all these other guys. Now he don't have that, and he's not quite what he was.
And I could be wrong, but I feel like Brady, for most of the years, he would make great wide receivers. Like, nobody would know them.
Yep.
And and then they became, worth a lot of fucking money.
Well, there was a receiver named Deion Branch. Look this up.
yeah.
He played for the Patriots. Before that, he played for somebody else. He was nothing. He was nobody. Super Bowl MVP. This guy gets a huge contract out with the Seahawks. He became something because of Brady. Wes Welker. Wes Welker was a good receiver before he went to Tom Brady.
And he became a great one.
Then he became a great one.
Yeah.
Now, Randy Moss, everybody knows, was a freak and probably the greatest physical of all time. But when he went to Brady, he caught 23 touchdowns in one season.
Moss and Tom Brady
It was unbeatable. It was unbeatable. Point is, receivers, quarterbacks make receivers good. And I feel like Mahomes, if he's as great as what his contract says, where you at, baby? I want to get to the little discussion we had earlier about the GOATs of basketball. I got a bunch of young dudes at this table who's swearing that LeBron James is the GOAT. Now, first of
I
all,
never said that.
okay, so Nate didn't.
didn't.
Show of hands, who thinks LeBron is the GOAT?
I'll put 2 up. Like,
Okay.
mean-
Okay.
I'm not gonna get peer pressure.
So,
He scored the most points ever.
No, hold on. In the
That
2016 finals, right, he had the most points, assists, rebounds, steals, and blocks.
MJ hasn't came back from 3-1.
I mean, those are impressive stats.
Against a
he didn't come back
73-9
from
team.
3-1 because he never was down 3-1.
I mean,
he handled his business.
That's crazy.
That's like saying.
LeBron
That's like
ain't have the
saying.
best rebounder in
How
Scotty
old was
fucking Pippen.
MJ when he retired?
I think he was 40.
He was 30 or so. LeBron's
Playing with the
already
Wizards.
been- Yeah.
Not
Let,
doing
let me
shit.
say
LeBron has
this.
the most points too.
Let me say this.
MJ could never.
What your analogy earlier you gave, oh, well, he's never came down from 3-1, is like saying this boxer's never been getting the fuck beat out of him and then came back and won.
I'm gonna be honest.
No, he destroyed his opposition.
I'm being honest. If MJ went up against the 73-9 Warriors, he'd lose. He'd lose in that series.
Put LeBron in
He'd lose
MJ's
in that
spot.
series.
So listen,
If we put MJ's greatest team,
we can
against
say
the
that. It's easy to say that, but we can never have a time machine to do it.
No.
Here's what I will tell you. MJ faced guys like Magic Johnson, guys like Isaiah Thomas. Well, they're just don't worry, they're just Hall of Famers. They're just first ballot Hall of Famers. Just guys who, when you go into the Hall of Fame, whose whole picture is hanging on the rafters. He faced guys like Magic Johnson, like Charles Barkley, guys that literally are icons of basketball, and he made them cry.
Hey, KD would have locked him up though.
Look, this is probably gonna be a hot take. I think you put LeBron in that era, he wins probably twice the amount of rings that Jordan did. And if you put Jordan in this era, I don't think he wins a single one.
That's a really hot
I
take.
give him 1 or 2.
Yeah, I'll give him maybe.
Here's what I'm going to say to you guys. What LeBron did by teaming up first with Dwayne Wade and them would have been the equivalent of Jordan saying, hey, Charles Barkley, Isaiah Thomas, oh, you guys come over here.
I mean, that's
but he didn't want to play with them. He wanted to beat them.
I mean, that's
He had
ironic.
Scotty
Yeah,
and
he had
Dennis
Dennis
Rodman.
Rodman.
Yeah,
He
and
gets
Dennis
like 20
Rodman.
boards a game.
Okay.
Yeah, Scotty Pippen, one of the best
three.
perimeter
That's
defenders
still a big
in the
point.
game. He had Steve
and
Kerr,
LeBron
one of the
wasn't
best
the
shooters
first
of
one to
all
do it.
time.
Yeah, it's not
But
like
here's the
LeBron's ever
problem.
been a super team.
He never went to another team to join a super team.
He went to
LeBron
Cleveland
did.
What?
because it's his hometown.
What?
No, he went to Miami when he won his first ring
Okay, yeah, he did. He did. He
Yeah,
did.
but-
with Dwayne Wade
Wait,
and
What,
Chris Bosh.
what was Jordan doing without Scotty? And
Well, he was
got
being
bounced
an
in the
all-star
first round.
every year
and not winning a championship.
Well, of course he didn't. He had nobody.
What happened
He had
when-
literally nobody.
What happened-
And guess
Hold
what?
on, hold on.
When LeBron had nobody, he didn't win shit.
He went to the
Look,
finals.
when he went to
He went to
Cleveland,
the
all he
finals
had
with
was
nobody.
Kyrie.
And did he win?
He did.
No, he couldn't.
Okay, he won nothing.
But look,
He went against Tim Duncan in his prime.
He won nothing.
but when LeBron went to Cleveland, all he had was Kyrie. That's
And-
only two.
Listen,
He had a wash.
I think.
Don't bring him.
So I'm gonna say this because I'm no hater. That ring he won with Kyrie when he went back to Cleveland was one of his greatest accomplishments ever, and I respect the fuck out of him for it because he earned that bump. Okay, but make no mistake, Michael Jordan with the guys he had, those guys weren't balling like they were until they joined the Bulls. Okay, Dennis Rodman was not about Dennis Rodman until he was with Jordan and them. Go look their stats up if you think I'm wrong. I know just a little bit about basketball.
I mean, Bron's averaging 30 right now, and he's in his 40s. That's all.
your age.
Michael Jordan dropped a 60-point game at 40.
30 a game.
What, on the Wizards?
Yeah.
He was dropping 20 5.
Look it up.
That's eight.
I'll give you that.
Look,
thought
Michael
he was
Jordan.
washed on that.
No. Let me break y'all up. Go look up. He was washed.
Yeah, he was.
He was washed, and he was still better than most people in the league when he was washed.
Bron washed?
Bron's aging like
He's been a top 5 player for the past 20 years.
Listen, I agree on
He's
that.
about to play with his son.
Here's my problem. Here's my problem.
How you been
That
that
makes
game
him
so
go.
long?
He's
How you
playing
playing
with his son.
Well, listen. Here's the problem I have with Jordan versus LeBron. LeBron is basically like throwing a bunch of stuff at the wall. Okay, a couple stuck, right? Because he won a couple championships and lost some. With Jordan, you throw something at the wall, oh, it all hit. Damn.
I mean, if
That's the
case,
difference.
So, but
that's
Jordan
the
don't
case,
miss.
what are we doing? Is it rings that we're going off?
That's
or
what I'm
stats
saying.
too?
If that's the case,
His
then
stats
Bill
are
Russell's
great.
the GOAT.
His stats. No, listen. First of all, I started out this whole argument wrong. Very wrong. Because I don't think Jordan's the GOAT. I think Bill Russell's the GOAT.
Bro, look.
I do.
Walk away. Yeah, I'm about to.
You got me into an argument about Jordan versus LeBron, but for the record, I don't think Jordan's the GOAT.
Bill Russell.
I think he's better than
in
LeBron.
the Bill Russell era. LeBron
Yeah.
averaging 100, 100, and 100.
Played against all them.
Have you guys seen pictures of Bill Russell when he was young? He was a freak, just like LeBron. He was muscular, powerful. He was a beast.
Bron dropping 80 a game.
Listen, LeBron right now is a mental midget. Let me tell you the last thing about LeBron. Here's the difference. Let me fuck y'all up. Kobe and Jordan were killers. When there was 30 seconds left, they didn't want nobody else to touch the ball. They wanted that shit, and they wanted the last shot, and they would hit it. Kobe was an ice-cold serial killer with the ball in his hand at the last minute. LeBron, I don't know how many times I've seen his team down. He gets the ball. Here.
You know why he's down?
Here.
His fucking roster.
But that's not the point. He don't want the last shot because he don't have that kill gene.
Well, I don't know.
Like
Wait,
Jordan and
I thought
Kobe.
he
But
gave
the
him- I
thing
missed
is,
last shot. I don't believe that shit.
LeBron has a whole different play style. He's just a big guard.
makes
He is.
people
Now I'll
around
give you
him
that.
better.
He's a driver.
Yeah.
He's an inside guy. But still, if you're going to be the GOAT, Jordan could do it all. He could drive on you. He could dunk on you. He could shoot threes on you. He could do whatever you ask. He was
look,
Defensive Player of the Year. I don't know how many
This
times
is the thing,
LeBron got
though.
that.
This is the thing, though, man. Back when, and this is facts too. Back when Jordan was playing, everybody was getting coked up and just on drugs and shit.
That made it worse. It's a bunch of coked
But that's what I'm saying. It was easy. It was easy for him. Like he was. It was in the
Have you ever
halftime
tried
smoking
fist
cigarettes,
fighting
drinking
somebody?
beer.
You ever tried fist fighting somebody on coke?
No.
Okay.
But like they was getting drunk at halftime.
Yeah,
Like
that's
you know what I mean?
See, y'all got it
Like,
fucked up. They were supreme athletes back then. Now, I will say this. A couple of the guys were out there, but a lot of those superstars, yeah. But even now, I can point out some NBA players right now getting busted for substance abuse, getting busted for guns and shit in their cars, acting stupid. Ain't nothing changed. Ain't nothing changed, homie. It's a bunch of dudes with high testosterone doing thug shit. But I will say this, LeBron, he's a GOAT. He's one of the GOATs. He's one of the GOATs. But I never said he wasn't. I got him third, though. I got him third. I got my boy Bill Russell. I got Jordan, and I got LeBron.
Look,
Where's Kobe?
Where's Kobe?
Goodness.
Oh, you don't want me to answer that. Trust me. You don't want me. I love Kobe.
What if he is still alive?
I don't got Kobe top 5.
Yeah, I was about to say he ain't top 5.
I don't got him top 5.
That's crazy.
Look,
Yeah.
this one's off topic, but do you think that I think all sports should have what hockey does? I don't know what the rules
The
are
ability
when
to
they're
fight?
allowed to fight, but I think they should have that in every sport.
I
And
agree.
Draymond would be the MVP.
You think
Draymond the MVP.
So look, I'm gonna disagree because somebody else brought that up. They're like, man, Draymond would fit in perfect in the '90s. But see, Draymond does a lot of sucker punch and a lot of fake.
They was doing that too,
but
not the flopping. I
Put him
don't
up
think.
against like somebody like Ben.
But now
Wallace
go-
or some shit.
you want to see somebody?
Put him in Malice in the
You want to
Palace.
see somebody acting stupid? Go look up Isaiah Thomas. That motherfucker would get in your face, bap, 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 jab you up. So
Meta,
yeah.
he was terrifying.
You guys remember that when Meta World Peace went into the stands? Like,
The Malice in the Palace.
Stood on
yeah,
business.
yeah. Guys, we've lingered a little bit, so we got to get to our last section, and we out of here. What you got, son?
It's a brief, well, it's got a lot of details to it, but there was this bobsled park in Canada. Right?
this
You know what
one is
bobsleds are, right?
Yeah,
Fucking-
yeah.
They snuck in after hours. There was six teenage boys. They snuck in after hours. I think it was like 11 or 12 at night, so it was pretty dark out there. And they were going to sled down this hill. And the first team, because they split into threes.
Right.
2, 4, 6 in each one. They went down the first one. There was a barrier at the bottom with a chain on it. They hit it, and they went flying, of course. And they couldn't warn the other guys, so they kept going down. And they all three hit this barrier, and one of them got decapitated from it. Died, yeah, because you're going so fast, and it was dark, so he didn't even know what hit him.
What made them want to sneak into the place? Did you get any info on that? Like, why didn't they
They just
go?
wanted to go down that specific hill. I guess it was a pretty big one. So
Well, nothing good ever comes of sneaking into a place after hours. Who remembers the documentary called Blackfish? Did any of y'all see that?
yeah.
You remember the guy that snuck in? So it was about this whale that had killed multiple people, this killer whale. This guy, I don't even know what he was thinking. He sneaks in to the place where the whale's at and gets in the pool after hours with a fucking killer whale and gets killed. Surprise, surprise.
You ever
Okay?
seen the dude that was f***ing a dolphin?
why you take that there?
Well, we was on whales and shit, so I figured it'd be a good topic.
Why was he doing
You ain't
that?
never seen that?
No.
Bro, this is real. Like,
killed him?
no. He claimed that. Bro, there's a whole documentary. I'm ashamed that I watched it. I'm admitting. Edit this out.
Why is that a documentary?
I didn't watch the fucking.
We could.
That's the only part he watched.
Jamie, edit this out. Nah, it's a documentary where I guess he was saying that the dolphin was kind of speaking with him through mindshare or whatever, and they fell in love, and they had like cartoon drawings of like how they was fucking.
Yeah,
What?
That's a
Fucking
crime,
dolphins,
ain't it?
bro. It should be.
Crime?
Yeah, it is.
Well, yeah, it's a crime.
But not in every state, right? You remember
Yeah.
that dude that did it with the horse, and the horse killed him.
Well, look, there's one state, I can't remember what it was, where it's still legal to marry your donkey. First of all,
Colombia, they fuck their donkeys.
yeah, that's
What's going on?
What is that?
The world swings back, man.
Hey, listen. I want to leave with this last thing. There's a documentary. Now, this one fucked me up for real about dudes who are attracted to cars.
Yo, what is
I see that.
going on?
Yeah. He was like kissing it and stuff.
No. This is what, look. Dude was like, he would talk about the cars and he'd be like, man, that one has a fat ass. Look at it.
Yo.
And I'm talking about, bro. I don't even want to describe this next part. He cut, look, the director of the documentary leave his car out at night. So the dude come out. The director didn't even know what was going on. He comes out and the camera's on and the dude is in his car. He's fucking talking to him.
Hey, yo, we gotta end the
Yeah, like
documentary.
could you trust him? Like what would you do, right? Like if you found out, your boy is like f***ing cars.
That's a problem
What are you supposed
for
to
me.
do?
That's
Like,
a problem.
but it's
He's like
like-
doing it to mine. We good.
It's like
Bet not do it.
it's like, man, he's a good guy, like he works hard,
Takes care of his kids.
but he just likes to f- cars.
I'm gonna be concerned because you're not touching my car.
Yeah, but we don't
Okay.
make fun of furries, right? We don't make fun of them.
I don't hang out with them.
All right, what would you rather do? Would you rather
Strange.
be a furry
No.
or f- the TRX?
Oh, I'll be the furry. As long as it's with females, I'm the furry. I'm not fucking
Hey,
car.
sit down, man.
But it's a TRX though, you know what I mean?
Well, look, I look at it longingly, but that's about it.
Taking the Santa Cruz all day, baby.
Hey, listen.
That's not a truck. We discussed that on the last episode too.
Oh yeah, hey.
Y'all was shitting on my.
That is not a
Listen,
truck.
what happened was, how did that come up?
Cybertruck.
Oh, we were talking about the Cybertruck.
Yeah.
We were talking about the Cybertruck, and we were like, the bed is similar to the Santa Cruz. And Nate attacked you verbally.
Why you throw me on the phone? We all laughed. We all chuckled.
What you say?
I said,
He's like, he said, Esteban, just so you know, this ain't a truck. Y'all get on Lord Besteban. I'm gonna say this, and then we gotta go. This man, when he went to get his vehicle, had this badass black Chrysler 300. Shit was clean, black rims. And he pulled up, and I was like, yo, that's you.
Yeah.
And then, look, I ain't mad at it because you didn't have the tech and like all the screens
Well,
and
the
shit.
big thing was my insurance was gonna be like $600, and then on top of that, you know, my car payment. But you best believe when I get a Chrysler 300, I'm dogging all these guys.
Hey, I can't wait.
I'm gonna say this, you not, because they're gonna stop making them.
Oh, hey, they got one more series coming out though.
Boy, you better get your hands on it.
I'm dogging y'all.
Hey, shout out to Lord Besteban. Make sure you guys go check out his Instagram. Make sure you go check out. Hey, much love, my nigga. See, y'all disrespect our guests. We don't play that shit. Hey,
I got him a new phone.
go subscribe to his channel, Lord Besteban. Go follow him on Insta. The man is blowing up. We were honored to have him. We'll see y'all next week. Till then, peace.